Enhancement technology, like prosthetics, were originally used to aid disabilities, like in Mark's case.
When I was 18, I had a motorbike accident, and I lost my leg in the accident itself, so it was traumatic amputation.
Mark wears a new kind of prosthesis developed at University College London. It lets him move more easily because it's directly fused to the skeleton.
The implant itself, you can see, is the bit underneath that the end cap attaches to. Okay. So you can see the black bit, which is a diamond-like carbon coating to prevent any germs adhering to it. It's hard to put a limit on what technology can do. Last year, my wife mentioned we did Trail Walker, which is a 100-kilometre walk non-stop over the South Downs. And my team and I did it in 25 hours, 55 minutes, I think. And at the end of it, my real leg had terrible blisters and it was exhausted. And I really struggled with it for the next few days. I charged that one up, took it off, charged it up, and then I was away again. There was no negative side to my performance. Doing that significant trial of stamina, because all of the prosthetics worked as they should. I had no problem at all. So in some ways, I've already gone beyond the standard physiological myself. And I'm certainly not complaining about that.
Going beyond the limits of physiology is just what this artist and self-described cyborg tried to do to overcome his color blindness.
It's an antenna that goes inside my skull, and then it has a color sensor here that detects the light frequency in front of me, then sends this information to the back of my head, and then there's a chip that transforms the light frequencies to sound frequencies, so then I can hear the frequencies of color through bone conduction, because there's like audio input that allows me to hear colors through the bone.
But to what extent can we integrate technology to the human body?
In a way, we should start to think about this kind of technology very much in the way in which we think about eyeglasses and other kinds of prosthetic technologies, where it's generally agreed that if you don't have these things and you're disabled to begin with, you're at a serious disadvantage with regard to being able to cope in the world.
I think now we are in a transition where people will start wearing technology and will start seeing this as a normal thing. But the next stage is that people will stop wearing technology and they'll start becoming technology. They'll start using technology as a body part and as an extension of our senses and an extension of our body.
There's a whole community online of people wanting to integrate technology with their bodies. They're called biohackers. From implanting magnets and microchips, many are doing self-experiments in their own homes.
Yeah. Also, you can do multitasking on your phone, like, you scan it once, like you set up different tasks on in different applications. And example, I have that, when I scan my phone, it goes to Instagram. If I scan it next time, it goes to Facebook.
Technology can help us perceive reality in a better way, so that's why there's this interest in using cybernetics in order to perceive or sense reality in a better way.
It's always been fascinating people to kind of be able to upgrade their body or make something, some functions better, and kind of like making superhuman. So people are always been interested about robots and this kind of cybernetic.
Where you draw the line between, as you asked in a previous question, normal and enhancement is blurring, I think, personally. And it won't be that long in the future, I don't suppose, before somebody with a bladed prosthetic beats an able-bodied athlete comprehensively in a sprint, and then the debate will once again go on about enhancing and what is a level playing field.
If you look at the thing like the Paralympics, okay, Oscar Pistorius, these, right, at one level they're disabled, right? Because they don't have the workings of the feet and so forth and the legs. But then if you see what actually gets done to relieve that disability, it actually gives them an additional advantage. And that was in fact part of what motivated the Paralympics to be different from the normal Olympics. What I believe the state needs to do is to actually be a real player in this, a positive player. In other words, an investor in this kind of thing. But also, as an investor, also monitoring the consequences. Because the bottom line is, we really don't know the consequences of doing all this stuff.
There's no regulation for body modification in most of the countries. So basically, it's a gray area. But those people who do it at home things, they don't perform them at least widely on other people. So, you're allowed to do whatever you want with your own body, obviously.
Though we're still a long way off from becoming humans 2.0, but at least for now, Mark can make full use of his robot leg and continue leading an active life. VBU, London.